The major concern of unequal access to quality education between the urban and rural areas places many children of school-going age in deprived communities in disadvantaged situation. Schools in areas like Asiaw in the Nsawam municipality of the Eastern region is a true replica of marginalization seen in rural areas. Asiaw is about a 15-minute drive from the Nsawam mobile station. Residents in this area are predominantly farmers. As part of Metro TV's education series, I visited Asiaw. Just as I entered the community, I saw some students sitting under sheds with palm front. I drove past them and continued to search for the Asiaw MA Basic School, only to be told that the shed I saw earlier was the school I was looking for. Education, they say, is the key to success. At this point, I don't know whether to describe the current state of the Asiaw MA Basic School here in the Nsawam municipality as a success. This is class 5 and 6. Students have been merged because there is no classroom block to occupy them. Class 5 and 6 are all in this very hut. Core of schoolwork, academic and extra curriculum for the Asiaw MA Basic School happens under this shed, while others continue in this rickety wooden structure and the church. This predicament affects nursery and kindergarten and the primary school, covering from class 1 to 6. For the junior high school, this is Form 1 and Form 2. Form 3 for final year students does not exist here, as there is no space nor resources to prepare them for their final examination. Students with the requisite capacity seek their final junior high school education elsewhere, trekking long distances. Those unable to afford such journey are compelled to say goodbye to education. This is the staff common room. Teachers are supposed to prepare their lesson note and mark exercises in this space. Students here who are expected to be on the same page with those studying in the capital like their teachers have no teaching and learning materials. There are no toilets, libraries or canteen. They also do not benefit from interventions like government's school feeding program. The situation, now more than ever, has gotten worse. Students are always left at the mercy of the weather. My camera lens spotted a teacher who has had to always teach with a towel around his neck. This he uses to wipe his face and cover himself when the rains come visiting. These sheds do not only host students, it's also shelter to some domestic animals. For the students, studying here is just synonymous to living in fear and despair.
Teachers fund their watchradie but baby I won any. Yawahanuma, Kaka, and Suto, Yabwane team, or walk right to me back, na a bet of him. Na yena, Yaves Catefian, your cocoa baby atina, say, Bibia to Jansana, yena, Yababetina, Asia, Emma, I am Siobo, who say every best school.
Here, learning is good, but where we are sitting is not good for us. In this structure, you can see snake around us, but when we learn, sun shine on us, the rain fall on us. When we go to here, when we come back there, we have spent more time, so we can learn good for this structure.
So what he's actually saying is they are beneath this structure learning, which makes them unhappy, and then they would have to be here regardless of the season or weather conditions. So during the rains they are here, when the sun is on they are here, and usually they would have to relocate to the church premises where they would have to seek refuge for some time, and then later on, when the rains are done, they relocate to this place. And he is saying, after all this back and forth, they return only to realize that they've spent most of their time parking Dexys and then running out of the rain. They come back, and then sooner than later, school is done.
See, one year, teachers want to try, dear. But I think I can say, in suit that a foyer, I say, you drank a share baby. Now, and one kitten kitty be what a patano so I am to Togu and who I am my home. Kaye Kainti, ye hear Momoa, Mabuaye.
Just as the conversation went on, the rains threatened to come down. The weather suddenly got cold. Students would have to be moved to sit. With that, they still could only sit outside the church, as the church hall housed the Form 1 and 2s. The situation at the nursery and lower primary was no different. Pupils study in bamboo structures. Efforts to speak to teachers of the school proved futile, as they feared being victimized by higher government officials or institutions. I had to look for the school management chairman, with hopes of possibly getting an explanation to the happenings in the school. We finally arrived in the home of Ebenezer Hamilton Jakwa Mills. After a warm welcome, he requested we continue to a piece of land demarcated to be used in the construction of a school block. Here, he made some revelations.
It's the family who gave the land to the villagers, demarcated area for schools and the chip compound, a very big land. So it's for the Mills family. The other side where the maize is, very vast land for the school, and this place is for the chip compound. So, but we decided to do the structure here, so that when we get the main project, the school, then we send it to where the maize farm is.
So who is responsible for this very structure we are seeing?
Well, I can say the villages. But I, being one of the, let's say, government appointee, so I solicit for the roofing sheet. The villagers did the structure. So I also try and get some people to help me get the roofing sheet and some cement. Then we do up to this stage. We decided to build 3 for the meantime because we cannot build all the 6. So where the children are is not suitable. So we decided to do the 3 so that we send the 1, 2, 3 here. Then later we do the other 3. They can move here because formerly when there was no school here, they walked to the next village, to Bro. So they can, come here because that place is not convenient for them. The school building, where they are now, the church rooms and all that. Even the church people are trying to remove them from it because they are destroying their walls and all that. So we decided to do it here. They can move it here. We can move here so that by and by, when we get somebody to help us, then we do the structure for them.
But what are authorities like the Ghana Education Service, the Municipal Chief Executive and the Member of Parliament, Frank Anodompre, doing about the plight of these students?
Formerly, the district education, the director came here himself. He saw what we were doing, so they said they would try and help us. I've informed the MC, he also said he would do something about it. I've informed the MP, he also said he would do something about it. So I'm just waiting for them. When the day will come that day, because I've taken pictures sent to MC, to MP and all those people involved. I've done that. So looking forward to maybe to help us.
Back to the school's premises, you may be looking at several stones peering through the ground. These are no mere stones. They are remnants of a graveyard. Yes, where these students are studying is a defunct cemetery. Ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all is at the core of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4, which borders on quality education. The foundation of this goal, however, looks shaken as more schools like Asiaw MA Basic School continue to study in grim. These students are competing with other students from the cities. From Asiaw in the Nsawam Adwejiri municipality of the Eastern Region, Shadrach Odame Ejari for Metro News.